NHRA Nationals Notes, positive update on injured legend John Force. Norwalk, after a long week of waiting and hoping, the John Force racing team released some good news about the 16-time NHRA Funny Car World Champion Sunday prior to the elimination rounds of the NHRA Summit Racing Equipment Nationals. Last weekend, Force was involved in a horrific crash when his engine exploded at 300 miles per hour during the play NHRA Virginia Nationals. Following a move from the Trauma Intensive Care Unit to Neuro-Intensive Care, Force has become more consistent responding to commands and opened his eyes, the statement said. Force has recognized his wife, Lori, and daughters, Audria, Ashley, Courtney, and Brittany, calling each by her name and saying, "I love you." "He's a pretty incredible person," said fellow funny car driver Bob Tosca III, who has had many battles and memorable moments with Force throughout his career. "Me personally, I don't know that I want to be out here without him. It doesn't have to be in the car. He's an inspiration to me and my family. I just want him to get better." Tosca posted a 3.908-second run to beat Ron Capps in the Funny Car Final Sunday. John Force Racing said the 75-year-old Force initially couldn't follow commands to open his eyes, squeeze the hands of care providers, or move his extremities following the crash. After 5 days of heavy sedation, he began to gain momentum. "The biggest challenge has been managing his extreme agitation and confusion, which causes him significant distress," the statement said. During the first round of Funny Car eliminations on June 23, Force's car had a catastrophic engine failure at the finish line, with the vehicle going across the center line and slamming into the left concrete guard wall, then careening back across into the right wall. Brown wins for hometown crew. Antron Brown won the top fuel category in an upset over top qualifier Doug Kalita and was able to celebrate a hometown victory for many of his team members. Brown's crew chief, Brian Karate, is a Northeast Ohio native who went to Nordonia High School and the Cuyahoga Valley Vocational School. Karate is one of several members of Brown's racing team who are Ohio natives. "It's truly special to do it here," Brown said. "I'm not speechless, but I'm in awe of how we got this done." Proc comes up short. Funny Car Standings leader Austin Proc qualified number 1 in his Cornwell Tools Chevrolet Camaro SS, but came up 2 wins short of bringing home a championship to Force, his team owner. Despite falling in the eliminations, Proc showed the skills that have him at the top of the leaderboard. After being the No. 1 qualifier with a best run of 3.853 seconds at 330.55 miles per hour, Proc struggled out of the gate Sunday. Out of the left lane, Proc ran his pass at 4.431 seconds at 201.82 miles per hour, but advanced thanks to Joe Morrison leaving .120 seconds too early and being disqualified. Proc's second pass in eliminations was much more successful. In a second-round win, Proc had a lower reaction time and turned that .025-second advantage over Chad Green into a 3.922-second pass at 330.39 miles per hour. Proc's reaction time was better in the second round than it was in the first. Anderson upset in first round. Talk about a bracket buster. Pro Stock number 1 qualifier Greg Anderson was having a great weekend representing the Summit Motorsports team until the first round of eliminations. Anderson squared the tires shortly after the race light went green, and that allowed number 16 qualifier Larry Morgan to move into the second round after running an elapsed time of 6.637 seconds at 207.50 miles per hour. Anderson had a significant advantage at the starting line, .051 reaction time to .086, but failed to advance against the Newark native. Bracket buster kind of day. Even after Anderson lost his matchup, the upsets were far from over in the first round of the Pro Stock competition. Erica Enders, the number 2 qualifier and reigning world champion, had lane choice and lost to Christian Quadra. Enders had a lower ET, 6.559 seconds to 6.564, but Quadra had a better reaction time, .033 seconds to .063, and claimed the whole-shot victory over the multi-time Norwalk event winner. Prior to Sunday, the last time the top 2 qualifiers in Pro Stock were eliminated in the first round was at the Gator Nationals in Gainesville, Florida, in 2012. Ironically, Morgan was the number 16 qualifier in that competition, too. Top fuel issues. The difference in weather conditions from the first to the second rounds of the top fuel competition left drivers and crew chiefs guessing and led to a host of last-minute tuning adjustments as the dragsters were in the staging area behind the starting line. Under cloudy conditions for the first round, the top fuel dragsters cruised down the track with ease at well over 300 miles per hour. However, when the sun escaped the clouds, the first two matchups of the second round featured multiple cylinder outages. The two right-lane runners had issues at the line and could not put together a solid pass. The next four top fuel drivers learned from the issues of those in front of them and had strong efforts with runs of at least 325 miles per hour. Sportsman run. Two Lorain County natives, Scott Wasco and Jerry Albert, were top 12 qualifiers in the top sportsman division. However, neither advanced out of the first elimination round Friday. Wasco, Columbia Station, qualified 7th but lost his first-round matchup in the 2011 Pontiac GXP to Mike Badia. Albert was the No. 11 qualifier in his 1997 Chevrolet Camaro, but Michel Bastien earned the win out of the left lane. Buckeye success. While the professional categories did not have an Ohio native driving in the finals, there were several other Buckeyes that took to the track throughout the weekend to compete for championships. Madeline Rogers, Fredericktown, won the Summit JDRL Shootout, while Ken Witcher, Beloit, brought home the championship. Fellow Ohio natives Phil Smeda, Canfield, and Scott Labor, Monroeville, won the Super Comp and Scott Rods Gassers categories, respectively.